In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean lies a stretch of water that has terrified sailors, pilots, and explorers for generations. Ships have vanished here. Planes have disappeared without sending distress signals. Entire crews lost without a trace. This region became known as the Bermuda Triangle, one of the most famous mysteries on Earth. For decades, people believed something supernatural was happening here. Some blamed alien abductions. Others believed the lost city of Atlantis was somehow involved. And a few even suggested the ocean itself might be hiding a portal to another dimension. But after years of investigation and scientific research, a surprising truth began to emerge. And it turns out, the real explanation may be very different from the legend. The Bermuda Triangle is not marked on any official map. It's simply an unofficial region of the North Atlantic Ocean, a triangle formed between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Together, these points create a vast stretch of ocean covering hundreds of thousands of square miles. Yet, despite its size, the region developed a reputation for danger. Stories of strange disappearances began circulating in the early 20th century. Ships that never arrived at their destination, aircraft that vanished mid-flight, and perhaps most unsettling of all, many of these incidents happened without warning. No distress calls, no debris, no survivors. It was as if the ocean had simply swallowed them whole. One of the earliest and most mysterious cases occurred in 1918. A massive cargo ship called the USS Cyclops sailed from Brazil toward Baltimore. The ship was enormous, more than 500 feet long, carrying over 300 crew members. Everything about the journey appeared routine, but somewhere in the Atlantic, the ship vanished. No distress signal, no wreckage, no survivors. Even today, the disappearance of the USS Cyclops remains one of the largest unexplained losses in U.S. naval history, and the mystery was about to deepen even further. In December of 1945, 5 U.S. Navy training planes took off from Florida. Their mission was simple navigation training. The group of aircraft became known as Flight 19. At first, everything went normally, but during the flight, something strange happened. The lead pilot began reporting problems with his compass. The pilots were becoming confused about their position. They believed they were flying over the Florida Keys, but in reality, they had drifted far off course. Fuel levels were dropping, weather conditions were getting worse, and the pilots were becoming completely disoriented. The final transmission from the flight leader was chilling. "We cannot be sure where we are." Shortly after radio contact was lost, all 5 aircraft disappeared. A rescue plane was sent to search for them, but shockingly, that aircraft also vanished. 27 men were lost that day, and once again, no wreckage was ever found. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle was growing stronger. By the 1950s and 1960s, the story captured the public imagination. Magazines printed sensational stories. Books suggested the triangle might be connected to Atlantis. Others believed alien technology could be responsible. Theories grew wilder with every passing year. But scientists eventually began asking a simple question. Was the Bermuda Triangle actually more dangerous than other parts of the ocean? Or was the mystery being exaggerated? When researchers studied accident records across the world's oceans, they discovered something surprising. The Bermuda Triangle did not have an unusually high number of disappearances. In fact, The number of accidents here was roughly the same as any other busy ocean route. So what was really happening? Several natural explanations began to emerge. First, this region sits in one of the most active hurricane zones on Earth. Before modern weather satellites, storms could appear suddenly and with devastating force. Second, the Atlantic here contains extremely powerful currents. One of the strongest is the Gulf Stream, a fast-moving river of warm water flowing through the ocean. If a ship were to sink in this region, the current could quickly carry debris away, making wreckage almost impossible to find. And third, navigation in the past was far less accurate than it is today. Small compass errors could send ships or aircraft hundreds of miles off course. In many cases, investigators believe simple human error played a role. When you combine violent storms, powerful currents, and navigation mistakes, the mystery begins to look far less supernatural. But if the Bermuda Triangle isn't uniquely dangerous, why did it become one of the most famous mysteries in the world? The answer may lie in the power of storytelling. Humans are drawn to mysteries. We search for patterns, and when several tragedies occur in the same region, it's easy to believe they must be connected. In reality, the Bermuda Triangle lies along some of the busiest shipping and flight routes in the Atlantic. Thousands of ships and aircraft pass through this area every year. Statistically, accidents are bound to happen. But when those accidents occur inside a place already surrounded by legend, they become part of the myth. Today, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most famous mysteries. But modern science suggests the region is not cursed, supernatural, or paranormal. Instead, the disappearances that fueled the legend can largely be explained by natural forces. Powerful storms, strong ocean currents, navigation errors, and the unpredictable nature of the sea. The truth may not involve alien technology or hidden portals beneath the waves, but it reveals something fascinating about human nature. Sometimes, the mysteries we create become far more powerful than the truth itself.